How far can we go? That is actually a question we should think at very edge of using natural resources. We will start at the very beginning. So, planet Earth, the age of about 4.5 billion years, humankind, we started about 3100 years ago. That means that's very beginning of the first Homo sapiens ever. Homo sapiens means so much like wise man, then we are actually all Africans. We all started with Africa to travel all around the planet, and we have thought our distribution. When we start distribution, that means when we left Africa, we actually started urbanization. That is housing, planting, organization, etc.
Well, that went good for quite a long time until industrialization. This was the tough and well, there was the organization of the industrialization. It has a heavy impact to the world as we can see now.
So, what I actually wanted to do is I wanted to make a reflection of the last years how world population grew. Since we know that Homo sapiens started 300,000 years ago, it took around 298,000 years to get the number of 200 million inhabitants of planet Earth. Then growing of the population went quiet. It took us 1800 years to come to the number of 1 billion. Then it took about 100 years to add up 1 million more. Then it took 100 more years to raise to 6 billion people. In the last 18 years, we have written the population of 1.6 billion additional people. So we are by 7.6 billion people right now.
This is a growth which is tremendous and we could put in question if it's sustainable. So do you all know what a billion is?
Do we have an idea of how much a billion is? So we have to think about that. Just until our latest 18 years, we raised 1.6 billion people. Put that in relation how our growth is to the time which we know and which has passed. We have actually 225,000 new inhabitants every day on planet Earth. So it means that every day by 22,000 people increase in the list of demanding houses, food, and all resources. So we actually have a higher growth rate.
Here are the things that we need to give to our future generations, that is food, water, oxygen. It's not by just stepping into the supermarket, but agriculture. Here we can see how agriculture is destroying nature. Here we can actually see is this year we have 704 species in 1 hectare of forest, and when we change it into agriculture we reduce that number to 54 species.
Last year, we had deforestation equal to 800,000 square kilometer. That is equal to 9 times of the particular area deforested. This is not just one year, but every year it keeps increasing on and on. And unfortunately, we have difficulty to stop them.
We have 8 million tons of waste being dumped into the oceans. Each minute, each day, we are destroying our planet. By 2050, the world's 85% population will live in cities. Today, we have 50% living in cities already. Do they know what nature smells like? Or they really ignore it? These people just demand more to consume just to satisfy the lifestyle or nothing else. This is the problem with biodiversity. The only problem for replenishing it is Homo sapiens.
The only species which fight against all other species is Homo sapiens. The only species who produce and pollute waste and is Homo sapiens. So we are the problem. We have to save it. Other factor apart from it is the point that affects human very intensively, the UV radiation. These are the famous islands. You have heard about it. We have five such islands. Area is equal to Western Europe. If we take them together, so it's like a continent, and it's impressive that we have.
The protective layer in atmosphere, that is ozone, was first seen to be affected in Antarctica. This is caused and still due to CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons. These radiations may cause hazardous ailing of skin, affects photosynthesis of plants, decrease immunity, etc.
Acid rain affecting mighty structures is due to pollution that the evil or human is creating out of luxury. It has affected one of the seven wonders of world, that is Taj Mahal. It has become pale due to activities of industries besides the monument.
Of course, how can you forget about it? The root cause of all these problems, that is the pollution. The breath stealing factor. Do you want me to prove it? Then let me. Pollution may lead to lung cancer. Overexposure to pollution may lead to tracheal burning. That is very painful and tough job to get cured.
Overfishing is only way to fulfill the greed of stupid people who do not worry. If today they eat all food, then their future generation will become mud's food.
We have discussed about the problems created by humans so far. So, it's our responsibility to sustain them all. The solution to depleting biodiversity is zoos and aquariums. They are meant to give animals good conditions and to conserve. Conserve means reproduction. The zoos are also meant for knowledge of habitat suited for animals.
As it is seen that oceans are full of plastic and is eaten by fishes, especially giant ones. So they need a safer environment where they can have proper food and growth, getting an endangering species out of extinction.
Start thinking about nature. Stop the depletion caused by you. It's not about me, you, or anybody, but only our future generation. Note that you have not got these resources from inheritance, but you are only taking care of these for your upcoming generations. Please help me, help yourself, help nature, help animals, help the human species, help the ailing planet.